2 months. Yeah. We're trying to improve and we're trying to make education accessible. If you look at Tvucc, for instance, government through Get Fund is also trying to build some excellent building for them. That is for the training of in I think about 4 or 5 disciplines, jewelry, there are a lot of them, and it's not like the normal things that we do here. If you look at Tvucc, we're also sponsoring Tvucc, not the commission. G-Tech was also supporting G-Tech in terms of Madam Pro VC. I think you also have your share here in Cape Coast University. Everywhere that you go, you hear the Get Fund story. Some have been. There are some challenges. There are some challenges in the tertiary sector, and that for another day I'll talk about those challenges, because when the fund started, originally it was supposed to have catered for maybe one project being completed at a university, but what happened was there were multiplicity of projects. So if a contract award is given to a school like a university like Cape Coast, the VC at Cape Coast will multiply. Supposing 10 million is given to University of Cape Coast, they will split it and then start with about 5 projects ongoing. But if that 10 million was used for one project, it would have completed that one project. And that was something that happened in the past. And you go and then you see a lot of projects being scattered around the country. In the news, they will tell you that Get Fund has abandoned this project, Get Fund abandoned project, and then every day you hear Get Fund, Get Fund. But the truth is, Get Fund doesn't award any contract. At Get Fund, we don't award contract. It is purely what? Funding. So what we do is, if you are in this tertiary institution, we give you a fund through G-Tech, Ghana Tertiary Education. And if you are given 5 million Ghana cedis, for instance, and then you start building 3 projects with the 5 million, and if the contract sum is about 40 million, how many years do you think that you'll be able to complete those projects? But if you had used the 5 million for just one project, you would have completed it and they'll go on to another one. Because we don't interfere in their procurement processes, that is how come you see a lot of projects being scattered all over Ghana. They go and then they target Get Fund project. But what we are doing is just what? The funding, not the procurement and not the project management aspect. So that is the news that we hear, and it looks like surprisingly 90% of them you come and then find out that Get Fund has paid the contract a long time ago. It's just that those in charge of the procurement and the project management, they have left the whole thing. And when you come to our office, now we will open an how do I call it? An open window, open door policy in our secretariat. So any project, if you want to know the status and where it is got into, you can come and they will tell you. Most of the time, the MPs and then the GCs, they come to my office, and then surprisingly they will find out that the contractor has been paid long time ago, but he has so decided not to continue with the project. And then when that thing happened, it is not Get Fund. That's the power lies in our hand to sack the contractor or to terminate the contractor. It is the procuring agency. So if a project is procured at the university, it is the university that has to what? Terminate the contract and then find a contractor who has the capacity to continue. If it is at the basic school level, it is the district assembly. If it is at the secondary school level, it is either the Ministry of Education or the Regional Coordinating Council. They have the mandate to award. This is an information for you. But all in all, we've come a long way, and I'm telling you that Get Funds books, presently, there are about 8,000 projects that Get Funds since 2017 have been able to execute and still counting. And out of these, about 4,000 of them have been completed. So in a region of about 3,800, getting to about 4,000, those are the projects still ongoing. And we have a plan to make sure that those projects are brought into completion. So before I leave, I just want you to have faith in Get Fund, and then know that we are there to make sure that we execute our mandate in providing infrastructure, in providing quality education, and providing other, like the scholarship and other facilities that we think will help build the educational sector in Mother Ghana. Thank you.
Oh, we can do better for Doug. And I think that it's only, prudent to give room for about 5 questions so that Doug can answer them. So please, respectfully, if you have any question to ask, the floor is open.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. And I've been educated this morning on the mandate of Get Fund. I'm Abraham Prince Kelly Bogala, UCC student. I want to be educated more on the criteria that a student have to meet before such a scholarship is granted. I'm saying this because I have a friend at Gushegu Nursing. This girl is extremely brilliant. All the courses she took A throughout, and she's from a very poor home. We applied for this scholarship, but nothing. 4 of them, none of them had it. But I have a friend who happened to get it, and I was asking, bro, how did you get this scholarship? And he told me it was through his uncle who linked him through somebody. So I want to know the criteria that somebody has to pass before getting it. Thank you.
Very good question. I think Doug will do justice to that, but I think that if you can confirm the time or the duration that the scholarship was applied, I think that would be very good as well. But if you don't know, I think Doug will answer that.
It's a good question. And this year, in the month of, is it November, I will come and then educate, because every year in November, we do stakeholders involvement. I'll come and then, but once I have this forum, I think I'll be able to talk about it. A lot of our students, they don't even know how to even to start with, this year we started with our online application. And surprisingly, a lot of students don't even know how to do it. Majority of the students could not even complete the processes. And my PRO is here, you can ask him. We did for this year, any student that applied to get fund and got 6 A's and above, the person got it free. So if I sit here and then people are talking the other way. In my office, if you come and then it is about scholarship, I'll tell you that I won't even see you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to get any hard copy, somebody writing the names of students and then listing that these are the students. I won't even allow you. Everything was done online. Go through the online and then come in. That is it. And there are, apart from, a student applies to get fund, and you see that the attachment, the documents that the person has to attach, you find out that the admission letter is missing. Basic requirement. So how can we give you scholarship if the school that you're going to, you don't have the admission letter? Irrespective of the grades that you get, such a student, automatically, the student has failed. And the system runs on a software. If you don't attach the necessary document, straight away, the software will kick you out. So that's the first point of safety. You go out of the system. And apart from this, this petty things that happens, presently, there are about 680 students that have, we've given them the scholarship. They don't even go back to their emails to check whether they've gotten the scholarship. They don't. We reminded them through their emails. They didn't respond. We did a text message. Some of them didn't respond. We've given them a call. And still, some of them. No, it is something that I don't even understand. You've written to us. I don't know whether if they create the email for that thing, for that admission alone, and then they forget it. We did this, and because of the 680, we are even delaying the payment of those that have already gone through the system. So I have to tell them to cut off the 660, and then we concentrate on those that have gotten it, so that we can pay those ones that haven't. This year, if I tell you the number that applied, huge. Very, very huge. But I'm telling you that based on the system, we're able to select all students that got, I think we started with 6 A's, 4, and then we lowered it even to 4 A's. And for the ladies, we did it 3 A's. So that anybody who applied to get fund with a 3A automatically gets it. So if you tell me that there is a brilliant student who didn't get it, my answer, I cannot answer 100% for you to be assured, because I don't have the name and I don't have. People call and then we go back to them. The system is so unique. It can tell you the number of times that you were on it, the number of days that you came in, the time that you even spent. So when we pop it up and you want to argue, we can tell you that at this particular time, you didn't upload this that you were supposed to. And it will tell you. It is so transparent. But coming back to the criteria, you have to be a Ghanaian, you have to have your national ID card, you must first apply, you must have admission, which is very if you don't have admission, you cannot. And then there are people that apply, and then they use somebody's email, and when the system is generating the letter, and some even came to me, the mother did it for the son. So when the admission came, it was the mother who got the letter, because the mother applicant, the mother wrote her name, but the applicant was what? For the son. So the admission letter generated automatically, and it was sent to the mother. And the mother came and then told me that she didn't need admission, but it is what? The child. And I told him that nothing can be done. So we had to cancel the award. So next time I'll come, and then this is for this purpose. I can't go into detail because there are a lot of them. I can tell you, list some of the infractions that comes in. And when you do that, don't think that you've written to get fund 4 times, 6 times. If you repeat the same mistake 4 times, you will get the same reply. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I will take one more question because we are running out of time. Just one more question, forgive me. And I believe that Doug has mentioned the criteria and all that. When you go online, you can read more about it. And we'll be also glad, as Doug said, to have more sections with them. Then students can now know what to do and what not to do. Just one more question.
Thank you very much, sir. My name is Tete Justice, also a student of the University of Cape Coast. I'm not a beneficiary of Get Fund, but I know colleagues that are on this benevolent program. And Doc, my question to you is, what is Get Fund doing about the infamous, choosing my word advisory, about the infamous delay in the disbursement of the fund? Because sometimes students are found wanting when closing date for registration is drawing near and then the funds are not in. Sometimes they tend to rely only on the SRC, and if there is any inconvenience where the SRC is not able to come through, they are always found wanting. So my question is about what the Get Fund is doing about the delay in disbursement of the fund. Thank you.
Okay, that's also, thank you for that question. I think that's also a good question. You see, in the government institution, we have another understanding with the vice chancellors and the financial directors, because Get Fund actually sponsors every university. So we use it as a leverage, and anybody who has a Get Fund award letter, we write to the universities and then tell them that these students are on Get Fund scholarship, so they should be allowed to register. That is the first thing. So anybody who is having a Get Fund scholarship can go to their institution and then check if the letter is not there. I sign this even every year, every academic year, before even we start. We write a letter to them and then let them know those on the Get Fund award scheme, and then we tell them that they should allow them to register. But if you heard me right, I told you that this year we've paid even 90% of the awardees, those that are already in the system. What we did this year was to write to the schools. Initially, it was the students that write and then present us with their current bill, because we don't know their current bill. Those on full sponsorship, we have to get their current bill before we can pay. If not, we'll pay the previous bill. So we let them bring their new bills for us to pay. But this year we changed it. We rather wrote to the schools for the schools to let us know the Get Fund awardees. We first send them the list, and then we tell them to provide their fees for them. And based on that, about more than 95% of the fees for the continuing students have been paid already. It's just the new ones that we are awarding this year. And I tell you, the reason why we've delayed is not because of financial, because their money has been set aside. It's not because of the fees that we have to pay. But like I told you, this 680 students, 680 something students, they have delayed the payment of all of you until I saw that the people are not willing to come forth. So it's a software, and the moment we have to pay, the system has to be shut down. So we have to shut down and then retrieve or sift out all those that have that we have the assigned letters, pay them before we come to the other 680. So very soon, those ones will also be paid. They are working on the ones apart from the 680.
Thank you, Doug. Oh, let's give Doug a round of applause as he takes his seat. We appreciate the education you've given us this morning. We are very grateful, Doug. So there will be a panel discussion soon. Before that, the DJ or the technical team should give us some musical interlude as we arrange the stage for the panel discussion. So the technical team, the DJ, kindly do us the honor and give us some musical interlude. Those in charge to arrange the stage for the panel discussion, respectfully, you can do so. Can we all be upstanding? Respectfully, let's be upstanding as we welcome a man of the world traditional area. So that's the Mahine Ogwa traditional area. We hold him in high esteem. Kindly take your seat. Kindly take your seat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, a round of applause for them. I mean, they've done well. Thank you, thank you. So at this point, we'll be having our panel discussion. I would like to call upon Miss Margaret Nkansa to introduce our panel members for this particular session. So if Miss Margaret Nkansa is here, kindly climb up. She is a former SRC President, King's University. She has been an advocate for our female gender. And I believe that today she will do us good. Madam, you're looking very beautiful this morning. You are welcome to the stage. I believe that we're going to have a very good conversation. Right. Take the stage then.
All right, let's give it up for Mr. Dampare. He's done so well. And I love his outfit. He looks dashing, don't you think so? Yeah. Are any ladies here? Where are my single ladies? Oh, why are you? I see my nurses. Come on. You are looking pretty. Tell a lady sitting beside you that you look pretty. Okay, so the men, well, we can't see much for you, but anyways, let's tell the gentleman, you look okay. You look okay. You look okay. Right, so thank you so much. My name is Margaret Ejenima Nkansa, and I'm going to be your moderator for today's panel discussion. Let me stand on all existing protocols with special accolades to the chairman and also to Nana Yachiamumpinifo. We thank you for giving us this opportunity. Right, I'll take my seat and introduce my panelists, then we get straight to business. Are you ready for business? Are you ready to know how you can fund your education? I mean, a gentleman asked something. No, he made reference to funding basic education, being it that when you get the foundation right and all that. I mean, some of us, we got the foundation right, but when we go to the university, no foundation, that's a new boo. Oh, one. I like that. You know, today we are going to speak our truth. Tell somebody you are going to speak your truth. Whatever you've been going through in your education, this is the time to voice it out. Without any further ado, if Mr. Alex Abayate is here, he would kindly join me. He is the SRC President for Regional Maritime University. And he's also the committee chairman for Policy Research and Advocacy, USAC. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, position in Mwedru, please take your seat. The position is not an easy one, no. Anyways, he's also a student, but he's done so well. Also, we have Osa Efriye Joshua from UPSHS. Let's give it up for him. He's the SRC president. Also, we have the SRC president from Commander Education. If he's here, he will join me. Oh, let's give it up for him. Yeah. Thank you so much. But I don't think this is balanced. Is it? No. What do you mean I'm here? I'm here to ask the questions. And one of my panelists is saying, but I'm here. I'm not referring to me. I'm referring to the panelists. It should be balanced. Should I get one of them out? Okay, who wants to sit in? If you can really speak to our topic. You see your lives. All right, so thank you so much. Gentlemen, you are welcome. Do you have your microphones? Right, do you have one? Okay, so you give it to Mr. Alex here. Kindly give us a short introduction of yourself, then we continue to ask our questions. Know why we are here.
Okay, thank you very much. Riding on existing protocols, good morning to us all. My name is Abayate Alex Kojo. I am SRC President for Regional Maritime University and also Committee Chairman for Policy Research and Advocacy, USAC, that is University Student Association, Ghana. And I represent the university faction in this panel discussion. Thank you very much.
Let's give it up for him.
Good morning once again. I go by Osanyefriye Joshua.
Sorry.
I go by Osanyefriye Joshua.
Okay.
From University Practice Senior High School, and I'm the SRC President 2022-2023 year group.
Nice one. Kindly, you do well to stick the mic, Yeah, man, be bold, be bold. Be bold, yeah, man. Yes, let's hear it from our other gentleman. Okay, let us not give him pressure. Relax for the man. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. I'd like to stand on all existing protocols. Better still, I extend my warmest greetings to the Principal of Commander College of Education, Very Reverend Kwesi Nkum Wilson, PhD, the Tvucc Fraternity, His Excellency Denis Apialabi, the Tvucc Fraternity, His Excellency Jeff Tanana Kwame, my colleague, presidents across the country, and then lastly, my SRC executives. Thank you very much. My name is Jeremy Tete, the SRC President of Commander College of Education, reading B.Ed Agriculture Science. I'm in level 300. Thank you very much.
Now, that was a real politician. Yeah, he knows how to, bait his game. Nice one. Right. So, we all know the purpose for which we are here. And today is to celebrate the 56th Tvucc Delegates Congress. So we are starting today and we are ending on Sunday. Sunday being the most pressurized day amongst them all. That is where we get to elect new leadership for the Tvucc. Someone to take over the hard work of our president. That is His Excellency Denis Apialabi. He's done so well. Honestly, I wonder how he's able to do all that. Being the leader of over 10,000 Ghanaian students. Sorry? The 10 million. Oh my goodness. I said 10,000. That was a mistake. The over 10 million Ghanaian students. 12, it's increased. Wow. Come on, let's give it up for our president. 12.5 million Ghanaian students. This man is powerful. He's the reason why we are seated here. He's the reason why we have all these dignitaries grace our program. We appreciate his efforts so much together with his executives. Today's panel discussion is based on prioritizing investment in education as a nation. And today we get to hear the students' point of view. We've been hearing that of the politicians, that of our sector leaders, that of our lecturers, that of our other leaders. But today we want to know your point of view in prioritizing investment in education as a nation. So I will do a quick introduction. So in the world today, education seems to be the most basic commodity. Everyone seems to be going to school, but it also seems to be the most expensive venture to purchase. So how then do we fund our education as students? How is the Ghanaian students coping? Are they doing well? Are some dropping out because of finances? Today we have a gentleman here to help us answer some of these questions. So without any further ado, I will go to Mr. Abayate. Sorry, did I get that right? Abayate. Yeah, Abayate. Okay, so Mr. Abayate, anyways, how are you feeling today?
I'm all good.
You are good?
Yes.
No pressure?
Not at all.
Right. So let me ask you this. What do you think are some of the challenges in accessing and distributing education funds equitably in Ghana? You are students. You're also an SRC president. How many students do you have in your care?
Quite a number.
Oh, quite a number. Right. Let's hear from you.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'd like to go straight with respect to accessing funding. I'm glad to see the director for Get Fund here, who was elaborating on how funding is being released,
right,
and then what causes the delay. Because personally, I keep asking myself what causes the delay. Students keep coming to me day in, day out. We have to write exams, but our fees have not come and all that. But let's look at it from the DS standpoint, which is the students. We are looking for funding to support our education, not because we just want to go to school. I think if we look at it from the standpoint that education, I am talking from the university students' perspective, education, when it is supported, will build our nation. The government is rolling out a lot of policies. And these policies, for the ordinary Ghanaian or for the fellow Ghanaian to accept it and then embrace it, he needs education. Basic education is the paramount. If our president comes to address the nation and then mentions some very basic terminologies and the ordinary Ghanaian doesn't understand or hasn't been opened up to certain form of life, trust me, education shapes you as a human being. I mean, formal education shapes you as a human being. So if the ordinary Ghanaian is not opened up to such an initiative, he will not embrace what is coming. That's the first thing. Now let's look at accessing the fund itself. Scholarship is one of the means by which we access funding. But we in some time back heard of how Get Fund was capped. I believe capping Get Fund came at a very big blow to us as students, because we were expecting that the blood and toil of our fathers in the year 2000 to establish Get Fund as an act of parliament was towards our future. And if today, which is the future that they thought of, is here, why cap Get Fund for us? So I remember somewhere early this year in this very university, UCC, when USAG had a leadership retreat. That was when the first press conference about decapping Get Fund came to the limelight. When these measures are put in place, we have to segregate the funding to be able to be assessed by students. If it is all in one pool for everyone to dip a hand in, it will assessing it will be difficult. Now let's look at sectors that education is affecting. I'm from Regional Maritime University, right. The marine sector. If assessing funding as a marine engineering student through the same means a political science student will assess funding is the norm, it wouldn't favor me. But why not assess funding through the industry that benefits directly from my human resource. Do you understand me? If I am reading aeronautics, why not assess funding directly under the Ministry of Aviation and the various...
Right. Okay.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Industry that gets my proceeds. So when the segregation is done, assessing funding will be easy for us as students.
Okay.
I think we have more questions.
Yes.
I don't want to exhaust everything.
Let's give it up for him. I think I like his last submission. Assessing funds directly from the various sectors we are pursuing our educational careers from. So if you are a law student, where are you going to get your funds from? Anyways, hi Joshua. Joshua, right? How are you doing?
I'm good.
I would appreciate it if you speak into the microphone.
In fact, I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
You are happy to be here. Then speak into the mic so that I know you are indeed happy.
Everything is perfect.
Everything is
cool.
perfect.
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you need a hug? Do you need a hug?
No, please.
You are okay. All right.
Maybe after the program.
I mean, come on. I'm just being nice to the gentleman, you know.
Thank you very much.
We should be offering a helping hand. He seems distressed a bit, so a hug will solve everything. Anyways, Joshua, you are an SRC president.
Yes, please.
A senior high school.
Yes, please.
Right. So let me ask you, what are some of the innovative approaches do you think that education, financing, and leveraging can help your school, your students, when they come to you? What approaches do you think that if the government of Ghana, that is His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, should come to your school and tell you, Joshua, what are some of the innovative ways do you think that I can help your students in financing the education? I believe some of them comes to you, some of them drops out because of their school fees, right?
Yes, please.
Right. During my final year, one student couldn't write her exam because of fee payment. And it was so unfortunate. It was very, very sad. She sat through from level 100 to 400 and couldn't write her final year paper. It was very sad. So what do you think are some of the innovative ways?
Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. In fact, I want you to permit me to give a shout out to my students from University Practice Senior High School. Hi to everyone. And also my...
All right, that was a good shout out. Let's hear him.
My elderly brothers and sisters present here, and the president of the Get Fund. Frankly speaking, in my own point of view, some innovative ways the government of Ghana can help, especially my school. Basically, I think the free education policy that has been brought on board, that is helping all Ghanaian students on the SHS level, should be reformed, in the sense that most of the times when we meet our heads, that's our administrators, they tell us that this free education policy, it's free and nothing else, that nothing should be taken from the student. That's the idea behind that policy. But you realize that most of the times the funds that we need to embark on various projects in the school, we are not getting them. But the policy is saying we shouldn't take anything from the student. And so I think if the government should come in and at least reform the policy, dues or levy can be taken from the student to support various projects we want to embark in the school. And also the parent as well. The parent can also be called in to support. Individual parents I would say, they are interested and they would like to help to support their children in school. So I think with this education or investing in education in Ghana will actually improve.
Let's give it up for Joshua. You know, when I read about the leveraging partners, you know, I never thought of the parents. I actually envisaged investors, outside investors, external investors, get some people outside to, you know, chip in. But I didn't know we can actually go back to our parents, because at the end of the day, they owe us the responsibility to take care of us. And if government is contributing their quota, I believe they can also do the same.
Yes,
That was a great point. Let's give it up for him again. That was nice. Hi, is it Jeremy? Jeremiah?
Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Yes.
Okay, Jeremiah and any Jeremy, so that you'll be romantic or what? Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy. All right. Jeremy, are you okay?
I'm fine.
Right. So let me ask you this. How can students' engagement and influence help shape education policies and funding decisions? Let me chip in this. During the submission of the administrator of Get Fund, he mentioned some of the basic mistakes some students do make in filling out their forms for money. Imagine money is there. You've been asked to fill out forms for money and you make a mistake. I'm sure it was the men, because a woman will never make that kind of mistake. There is money, fill forms for it, you make a mistake. Impossible. It can't be women. It was the men. Or exactly. So, we are asking, how can students actually help? How can they engage? And how can they influence in shaping some of these educational policies and also in funding decisions? What do you think we can do to actually get the government to be on their toes to fix certain things for us? What's our input as students?
Thank you very much. I'd like to put out just 2 points. What I have realized is that the upper heads, the management, the various heads of institutions, and even from the Ministry of Education, find it difficult to involve students, not just one, but a lot of student leaders. Time that we need to involve student leaders in decision making. But now, most of the heads of the institutions have lost trust in the students. They are unable to involve them in pertinent issues. I believe that they should be able to invite them so that they sit down and then share their ideas, their insights, their perspectives. Because what I know is students are the ones who go through certain issues. And if you are bringing out a policy that directly affects students, why shouldn't you involve them in that? Discussions, board meetings with policymakers, the various NGOs, and then the various heads of institutions, not just one representative, but a lot of...
He made mention of something that the students has to be called to be involved. We enter the room and make sure we are ahead. So if you are a student's leader, trust me, our leaders, administration, that is our school leaders, knows that when they call us to the table, it's going to be catastrophic. So they would rather not call us. So we have to budge in. Tell somebody, budge in. We learned that from our next president. He has made sure to enter every room to get the best for us. Let's give him a round of applause for that. So, aluta continua. Oh, what are you doing? Aluta continua. That is the kind of spirit we are taking into the world. Mr. President, you wanted to say something? Go ahead.
Okay, so coming to accessing funding, okay, I believe in as much as the students would want to access funding, it will depend on how the funding will be distributed. I can come that give me money, but it will depend on you who is giving the money. You understand me? If 4 of us come, we need money. It is your discretion you use to give us money. Whether you give me 10 cedis or you give this one 5 cedis or you give one 10 cedis. Why am I saying this? Data is the new science, is the new gold. Why not come up with scientific research data? I mean, get to the grassroots of whichever community, school, know the priorities. The funding is...
All right. Okay, not to cut you, but we have a very important guest. We'll receive him after we continue with our panel discussion. We have just about 5 minutes to close it, but we will open up for about 2 people to ask questions. So, Mr. MC. Okay, let's just hold on whilst we receive our guests. Thank you, Mr. DJ. All right. So I'll quickly take 2 questions. We have some of our leaders here. And they wouldn't be doing the answering of the questions. Our panel members would do that. But I believe that they are going to take into their good books and find out a way to help students have a very, very good and great experience in our education system. So 2 questions from the audience. Yes, my lady, I like it when the women raise their hands. Okay, gentlemen, I want 2 ladies, 1 man.
Thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
My name is Josephine Owusu Abwaje from the Nursing and Midwifery Training College, Cape Coast. Please, when you were asking your questions, you stated that what are some of the innovative ways the government can help students when it comes to finances? Speaking from the nursing field, every semester we pay fees, and when we vacate, we are supposed to go for clinicals. And I would suggest that as part of the innovative ways, like our colleagues in the university, if we will pay fees maybe yearly, because when we go for these clinicals, we spend much money on transportations, and sometimes we will have to present certain things like gloves, tissues to the facilities. So if we will pay the fees yearly, it will be convenient for us, the students, because it's expensive when it comes to money terms. And now our allowances too are not flowing, so we do not have
Alawa, can I hear Alawa? That's right. Listen. If you go to the barber shop and you are getting a haircut and you don't direct the person, look, you'll be getting a sakura if that's not what you want. So she has spoken her feelings. You see, the alawa is not that much, and the fees is expensive, and the way they are taking it to so they should relax on it. Anna, is that not it? Let's give it up for her. So look, the Tvucc president is personally going to add your admissions to his report at the end of the day and submit it to the president. And knowing our president, he's going to make sure that you get the results you are looking for. Yes, I saw another lady. Gentlemen, okay, let me hear you.
Thank you very much. Please, my name is Adomba Lucky Agbavo, student nurse, Pentecost University.
Wow.
And a child labor advocate with the International Labor Organization.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. Please, mine is not a question, but I think during the submission of Mr. Jeremy, I heard him say leaders of our institutions do not involve student leaders in decision making. This is my take or my add up on it. You see, we have lowered the standard of student leadership in this very age. Now, when we're going for elections to elect new student leaders, you would see
the whole process being infiltrated by political affiliates, external political gurus, infiltrating our student leadership. So there may be people who are very keen on developing student front in our institutions, but because we have allowed ourselves to be politicized by external political figures, we do not elect student leaders who really want to represent the student body. And so the leadership of our institutions have seen that our student leadership now is of no use because it's being infiltrated by political gimmicks. And so for this reason, they don't involve us in student leader decision making. So I would appeal on all of us here, student leaders present, please let us make sure we represent the true representation of the student when we are elected in office. We are not there on our own. They elect us to speak for them. Let us represent them as such. And in so doing, leaders of our institutions will engage us in decision making. Thank you very much.
Oh, come on, do it better for him. That was a great submission. Thank you. I saw one lady there. Yes, we'll take it from her. Then we have our panelists give us their final words. Then we call it a day. All right. So thank you so much. I think this is where time will permit us to end our panel discussion here. Hopefully subsequent days we will continue. Thank you, my panelists. I appreciate your time so much. I believe
anymore. Respectfully, can we be on our feet as we welcome the Vice President of the land, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the man whose mantra across the length and breadth of Ghana is known as the digital man, the man of digitization. As we welcome him, His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, he's gracing the occasion for us, 56. Please, respectfully, national anthem. Can we have an anthem being played? Can we have a national anthem being played, please?
Can we have the national anthem being played, please? Can we have the national anthem being played, please?
Tvucc is very grateful. His Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Vice President of the land, gracing the occasion, 56th Tvucc National Delegate Congress. Once again, we are very grateful as a union. We are very, very grateful. His Excellency the Vice President. Tvucc is very grateful. We take this opportunity to welcome you to our 56th Annual Delegates Congress, happening right here at the University of Cape Coast, UCC. We are very grateful, His Excellency.
Can we all remain upstanding as we play the national anthem? Can we all remain upstanding as we play the national anthem?
Oh
Thank you so much. We may have our seats. So we would wrap up with the panel session and we would zoom into the opening ceremony. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for waiting. Thank you so much.